And this is Karen.
Hello, everybody. I'm your favorite primate, Shane.
Today we're looking at part 2 of the slow loris.
A cute primate with a secret weapon.
Ooh, and the vocabulary words are tickle.
Tickle.
Travis laughed as his grandpa tickled him.
Defend.
Defend.
The army was sent to defend the border.
Dispute.
Dispute.
The dispute between the two neighbors is primarily over land.
Potential.
Potential.
Officials are aware of the potential risks of the project.
Misfortune.
Misfortune.
Hank had the misfortune of losing his leg in a car accident.
Aww.
Okay, so we're talking about this cute primate, loris, right?
Right.
But we didn't mention anything about a secret weapon on the first day.
That's right. In the secret weapon, well, first we need to mention how long the tongue is.
Very, very
slow
long.
loris. Like it's super long, right?
That's right. When if you take the body into consideration, it's actually quite long.
Yeah. And what it does is it uses this to kind of lick up like the sap and stuff from trees, right?
That's right.
But it also will use it to lick something else. Right?
It's really, really interesting. I have never heard that about
Have you
other animals.
seen the videos where they will put their hands up? It looks like they're being tickled.
But it's actually they're licking the sweat gland from their underarms.
Ah, because they produce some kind of venom.
That's right. When it's combined with their saliva. So the sweat gland and the saliva together, boom, it's like venom.
So it could be toxic. If I were to eat it, I could die. Right?
So that is to defend themselves and protect themselves from the predators.
Yeah, they usually don't use it against the predators, though, right? Maybe they'll put it on themselves.
That's right. Or over their babies.
Over their babies, so the predator comes, maybe licks them or smells them, and then goes away.
That's right.
Wow, so they're quite tiny and quite clever.
I know.
And cute.
Let's learn more about these adorable animals.
Okay, enjoy.
The slow loris, a cute primate with a secret weapon.
Slow lorises have the longest tongue in the primate family when you take body size into consideration. This tongue is used to lick sap from trees and also for protection. You may have seen videos that show slow lorises being tickled and the animals raising their arms up, seemingly enjoying the experience. The truth is, when a slow loris raises its arms, it is trying to defend itself by using its long tongue to lick a sweat gland under its arms. The gland produces a sticky liquid that becomes a dangerous poison when it's mixed with the slow loris's spit. This makes the innocent-looking slow loris the world's only known venomous primate.
Hello and welcome to Live Interactive English. I am Mike.
I'm Kim.
And today, Kim, it's part 2 of our look at the slow loris, a cute primate with a secret weapon.
So in part 1, we learned a little bit about slow lorises, what they look like, what they eat. We learned they like to drink nectar.
Fermented nectar, the best kind of nectar.
And now we may be finding out what their secret weapon is.
Ooh, that's true. We haven't actually heard about this secret weapon. This is an animal, but it's dangerous even though it is very cute. And it hangs from a tree and sleeps during the day. We like that. So let's find out more about the slow loris because, yes, we have yet to learn about its secret weapon. Could the weapon be in its mouth? Possibly.
Yes, let's see. Slow lorises have the longest tongue in the primate family when you take body size into consideration. This tongue is used to lick sap from trees and also for protection.
For protection? It uses its tongue for protection? This is like a dog coming up to you and licking you because it doesn't like you?
Could
That
be.
sounds a little strange. And they have the longest tongue in the primate family.
Yes.
So if you're thinking like a frog tongue or one of those chameleon tongues that catches flies, it's not that long. We're comparing it to other monkeys and
Gorillas,
apes, gorillas, things like that. But it is still a pretty long tongue. we want to give the loris full credit. Now, it says you may have seen videos that show slow lorises being tickled and the animals raising their arms up, seemingly enjoying the experience.
Aww, that's so cute.
I have not seen these videos, but I want to see these videos right now.
Me
because
too.
Tickling a loris, that sounds like the best thing to do on your weekend. So if you tickle something, you touch it or poke it in a way that makes it laugh. You're touching someone in a sensitive area, maybe around their stomach or under their armpits or maybe under their chin if it's a little baby. And this will cause the person to kind of laugh. Stop it. You're tickling me. You're touching me in these sensitive places. It can be nice. It can be fun. Be sure to only tickle people you know very well. Don't go around tickling people on the bus or something like that. That would be really weird. But if it's a good close friend and you do it a little bit, but not too much, tickling can be fun, but it can also make people upset. So be careful how much, where, and who you tickle. For example, Travis laughed as his grandpa tickled him. I guess that's okay, as long as grandpa doesn't do it for like 5 minutes.
True, then it would get a bit painful.
That's annoying. Yeah.
The truth is, when a slow loris raises its arms, it is trying to defend itself by using its long tongue to lick a sweat gland under its arms.
That's it. That's all I got. What? It's licking the sweat glands under its arms because it's upset. It's not happy. It's going to defend itself.
I'm glad we don't have to do that. Yeah. Humans don't have to do that. Slow lorises do. Now, slow loris has a weird way of defending itself. To defend is to protect something from an attack. If someone's coming after you and trying to hit you, you might defend yourself. Or the army was sent to defend the border. A lot of times, countries will send their armies to protect their country from attack from another country.
Now, a slow loris doesn't have an army, so it needs to use its tongue and its armpits. The way we would just use our arms to, someone's throwing things at you, you would defend yourself with your arms. But it uses its tongue to lick under its arms and something happens. What happens? Let's find out as we come up to our break. The gland, that's this part underneath its arms, it produces some chemicals. This gland, or the gland, produces a sticky liquid that becomes a dangerous poison when it's mixed with the slow loris's spit. Nature is weird.
Nature is metal.
This is really weird. This makes the innocent-looking slow loris the world's only known venomous primate.
Venomous, like snakes are also venomous.
Like it has poison, like snakes, spiders, things that put poison in you are venomous. There are no other venomous primates or monkeys except the slow loris or a person with poison. But we make poison in a lab. We don't make it from our armpit. So imagine if you licked your sweat and the spit from your mouth mixes with the sweat on your skin to make poison.
What a world that would be.
That is weird. All right, guys, it's time for a break. We're going to think about all of this and come back with more about the very weird slow loris.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们在第一天的课文介绍了懒猴的外观啊、习性，还有它们的饮食。今天要来看看懒猴到底有什么秘密武器。课文写到说，如果把体型列入考量，那么懒猴的舌头是灵长类当中最长的。注意哦，它是说灵长类当中最长的，所以你不要把它的舌头长度拿去跟青蛙或是变色龙的舌头去相比，我们应该要把它跟猴子啊、大猩猩去相比才对。麦克老师刚刚提到 chameleon 就是指变色龙，还有提到 gorilla 则是大猩猩。我们顺便补充一下，黑猩猩的英文则是 chimpanzee。那么刚刚说把体型列入考量，课文用到take 名词 into consideration 表示把什么什么纳入考量，考虑到什么什么，其中的名词 consideration 表示考虑考量，像是 You should always take the weather into consideration when planning a hike 在规划登山健行的时候，你应该总是要把天气来纳入考量。好，那么课文接着写到说 你可能有看过懒猴被搔痒的影片，然后他就把双手举起来，看起来好像很享受的样子。可是事实上，当懒猴举起双手，他是在试着用他长长的舌头去舔腋下，腋下有一条汗腺，然后要来自我防卫。要怎么自我防卫啊？其实这个腋下这个腺体呢，会制造一种具有粘性的液体。当它去舔腋下呢，让那个液体跟唾液混合之后，就会变成危险的毒。好，我们补充一下 ，gland 就是指腺体。那么 sweat gland 表示汗腺的意思。还有 venom 它是指毒液，通常是指蜘蛛啊、蛇它们咬会注入人家的那个体内的毒液。如果在 venom 后面加上 ous 变成 venomous， 就是形容有毒的、分泌毒液的。好，那么在讲到腋下的时候，麦克老师就用到 armpit 这个字 ，armpit。这 armpit 它就是表达腋下、腋窝。还有说到 underneath，underneath 可以当介系词来表达在底下、在下面。好，我们再来看课文单字 tickle。tickle 就是表达瘙痒，搔某人的痒，让什么什么来发痒这样子。好，那我们要瘙痒人家的时候，你可能就会去戳人家的痒处，对不对？好，那么 poke 这个字就可以表达戳 ，poke， poke 表示戳或是刺。好，再来看 defend 它表示防卫、保护。它的名词是 defense 表示防御、保护的意思。那它的形容词我们是在 defense 后面的 e 改成 ive 变成 defensive， 那就可以形容是防御的、防护的。好，这边还有3个重点哦。第一个是助动词 may 在这边是表达肯定、推测，也就是也许、可能怎么样的意思。后面接 have 加上过去分词来表达对过去事件的推测。假设你的朋友找不到雨伞，你想说啊，他可能当时忘在车上了，你可以说 You may have left your umbrella on the train。你可能是把雨伞留在火车上了。第二个重点是 show 加上受词加上动词 ing 表示显示什么什么。受词补语我们这边用动词 ing 是表达正在进行或发生的状态。例如 The video showed a bear walking into a grocery store。那个影片显示一只熊走进一间杂货店。好，那么第3个重点是分词构句的用法。我们用对等连接词 and 去连接2个主词相同的子句时，就可以省略 and， 然后省略其中一句的主词，然后把那一句的动词改分词就可以了。如果动词是主动，我们就改成现在分词 VING， 被动就改成过去分词 PP。例如They stood under an awning, waiting for the rain to stop. 他们站在遮雨棚下面等待雨停。我们这边用到 waiting for the rain to stop 就是分词构句，那这个 waiting 就是从 and they waited 简化而来的哦。好，那么接着回到课文中。
The slow loris, a cute primate with a secret weapon.
While it seems that the slow loris's harmful bite would be used against predators, the animal actually saves its venom for other slow lorises, often to settle disputes over territory. For protection, they use their tongues to cover themselves and their babies in poison to scare away any potential predators.
So there you go. The slow loris, I'm going to call it the weird loris, is a very strange animal. It's the only venomous primate that we know of, the only monkey-type animal that makes poison that can hurt other animals.
That definitely makes it unique.
I'm not going to get anywhere near a slow loris.
No, thank you. No matter how cute they are.
No, I do not want to be poisoned by a monkey.
No thanks. But while it seems that the slow loris's harmful bite would be used against predators.
Sure, or just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The animal actually saves its venom for other slow lorises, often to settle disputes over territory.
So it can make poison, but it won't poison me or an animal that's trying to hunt it? It will only poison other lorises?
Yeah, it's friends.
Huh.
Because they had an argument.
Okay, yeah, well, that's one good way to settle a dispute. poison the person you're having a dispute with. What is a dispute? A dispute, this is a noun, although it can also be a verb, is an argument. It's a disagreement. It's when you think one thing and another person thinks another thing, and you say you're wrong, and they say no, I'm not wrong, you're wrong, and then you say you're stupid, and they say no, I'm not stupid, you're ugly, and you do that, but maybe you don't get upset and angry and call each other names or things like that. A dispute could also just be, I don't agree with you. We think different things and we're going to talk about it in a very calm and peaceful manner. Or it could be something where people get upset because you say one thing, I say another thing, we don't agree, we have different opinions, and it leads to some kind of problem or trouble between people, between groups, between countries even. For example, the dispute between the two neighbors is primarily over land.
Maybe they will poison each other. If they're slow lorises, they might.
Ooh, you don't want to have a dispute with a slow loris. Absolutely not. So, what do they do when they have a dispute with another slow loris? Well, first of all, they lick their armpits a lot. And then it says, for protection, they use their tongues to cover themselves and their babies in poison to scare away any potential predators.
So it's more of a defensive thing. They don't want to attack the predator. They want to defend themselves with poison.
So I'm going to lick my baby and cover it in poison after I lick myself with the poison I made from my mouth and my armpits.
Well, when you put it that way.
I'm glad I'm not a loris.
Now, this is to scare away potential predators. Potential is things that are a possibility. For example, officials are aware of the potential risks of the project. So it's not something that's 100% guaranteed. It's something that might happen or something you might do. These are all potentials.
Okay, so there you go. So if you ever come up to a slow loris and it starts licking its baby, it doesn't really want you near it.
Maybe run away at that point.
That's a good thing to remember.
Yes.
I think this is
we've
learned something today. There you go. And we've only reached our break, so there's still so much more, and I hope it doesn't get stranger. But we'll find out after the break.
See you soon.
Yeah.
刚刚我们学到懒猴会去舔腋下来制造毒，它们是世界上唯一已知有毒性的灵长类动物。你有听过有毒的猴子吗？好像没有嘛。好，那虽然它们这个秘密武器呢，似乎是用来对抗掠食动物，可是其实呢，他们会把这个毒液保留用在其他懒猴身上。这往往就是用在要解决地盘争端的时候，跟同类吵架的时候，然后就下毒害他们，是吗？好啦，这边写到说，为了保护啊，他们会用舌头把自己跟小懒猴全身覆满的毒液来吓走可能的掠食动物。那我们来看两个单字 ，dispute， 它表示争执、纠纷。Mike 老师说的 disagreement 就是在 agree 前面加上 dis， 然后在字尾加上 ment 来表达意见分歧、不同的意思。那它是当名词来用。好，再来看 potential， 它是形容潜在的、可能的。这边还有一个重点是 It seems that 主词加动词是表达什么什么似乎怎么样。句型当中的 it 是虚主词，用来代替 that 子句。例如It seems that Dave is the right person for the job. Dave 似乎是那份工作的最佳人选。好，接回到课文中。
The slow loris, a cute primate with a secret weapon.
Unfortunately, the slow loris's defenses have failed to protect it from the greatest danger of all, people. The animal has the misfortune of being very popular in the exotic pet trade and is threatened by increasing habitat loss. This means that the amazing slow loris faces a very uncertain future.
Okay, so I think we can all agree now that the slow loris is a very weird and wonderful animal that has an amazing way of protecting itself.
It is certainly a one-of-a-kind way of protecting itself.
And you might kind of wonder, like, who would want to kind of get close to one of these? They're licking themselves, licking their armpits, licking their babies. It's a good defense, right? It's a good way for this animal to protect itself. But as we continue the article, we read, unfortunately, the slow loris's defenses have failed to protect it from the greatest danger of all, people.
Yes, as we talked about earlier, a lot of animals are endangered,
Right.
and mostly, unfortunately, that's due to people.
They're not endangered by tigers or sharks
No.
or other animals. It's people.
Yes, people do some pretty terrible things to the environment. And in this case, the animal has the misfortune of being very popular in the exotic pet trade and is threatened by increasing habitat loss.
It's popular in the exotic pet. That means people are buying and selling and keeping them in their homes as pets.
Yes, believe it or not, some people have tigers, lions, and even slow lorises as pets.
It's a poisonous monkey.
This means
Why
that
do
the
you want
amazing
it?
This means that the amazing slow loris faces a very uncertain future if people keep trading it in the exotic pet trade.
Get a dog, get a cat, get some fish. They won't poison you. Yes, this is great misfortune for the slow loris. There should be maybe more misfortune of people getting poisoned by their pet lorises. That's bad luck. That's what misfortune is. The noun means basically when something bad happens to you, you've had some kind of misfortune. If you feel like you're having a lot of bad luck, you might feel misfortunate. All right, so it means something bad's happened. Maybe it could be something small, like you spilled coffee on your new pants. Maybe it's something really big, like your house burned down. But these are terrible things that happen in your life. Probably you had no real control over it. It was an accident or something just happened, and oh my gosh, you feel like you're just living you're being cursed or something like that. So you're definitely having some misfortune, some bad luck. For example, Hank had the misfortune of losing his leg in a car accident.
It's a big misfortune.
I would use another. I'd say he had the great misfortune of losing his leg. That's worse than spilling coffee on your pants.
That's way worse.
Much worse. So misfortune comes in degrees of not so bad to really bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, we've learned a lot about the slow loris today, a lot of really interesting things. So what do you think? Mike, what is the most interesting thing about slow lorises? And there's a lot to choose from.
Yeah, I would probably go with the most interesting thing is that people want them in their homes. They don't want to just leave them in the jungle with their poisonous sweat and tongues. And why do people do that? No, I would say that it's a venomous primate.
Yeah, rare to see that.
It's a poisonous monkey. I'd never heard of that before.
Usually when we think poisonous, we think snakes or frogs.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, gorillas and chimpanzees, they can be dangerous. They're
But not
big and
poisonous.
strong and have big teeth, but not poisonous.
Yeah, that is a really interesting thing about this animal. I got to agree with you.
Yeah, very strange. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. That's it also for our weird and wonderful animal unit for this month. Stay away from slow lorises. Do not keep exotic pets. Get a dog or a cat. And we'll see you all back here next month. Until then, be well, take care of yourselves and the slow lorises, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
看了这2天的课文，同学们有没有觉得懒猴是一种很不可思议的动物呢？竟然用舔腋下这么奇怪的方式来保护自己。但不幸的是，它们终究没办法避开人类所造成的威胁。除了栖息地的流失，人类还会把懒猴抓来贩卖。它们在珍奇宠物的交易当中是相当受欢迎的。希望这种糟糕的行为可以早日根绝。好，我们最后来看单字 misfortune。misfortune 这个名词，它可以表达不幸、厄运或是不幸的事。那当我们说 have the misfortune of 加上动词 ing， 就可以表达很不幸怎么样怎么样。好，那么以上是这些讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
The slow loris, a cute primate with a secret weapon.
Slow lorises have the longest tongue in the primate family when you take body size into consideration. This tongue is used to lick sap from trees and also for protection. You may have seen videos that show slow lorises being tickled and the animals raising their arms up, seemingly enjoying the experience. The truth is, when a slow loris raises its arms, it is trying to defend itself by using its long tongue to lick a sweat gland under its arms. The gland produces a sticky liquid that becomes a dangerous poison when it's mixed with the slow loris's spit. This makes the innocent-looking slow loris the world's only known venomous primate. While it seems that the slow loris's harmful bite would be used against predators, the animal actually saves its venom for other slow lorises, often to settle disputes over territory. For protection, they use their tongues to cover themselves and their babies in poison to scare away any potential predators. Unfortunately, the slow loris's defenses have failed to protect it from the greatest danger of all, people. The animal has the misfortune of being very popular in the exotic pet trade and is threatened by increasing habitat loss. This means that the amazing slow loris faces a very uncertain future.
Fisherman's Wharf sits where the river meets the ocean. It's an ideal place for scenic views of both mountain and ocean. In recent years, the government has transformed the area into a tourist harbor park. The harbor also features the only government-approved private cruise boat. You can sail aboard the Blue Highway from Bali and Dan Shui Old Street to Fisherman's Wharf and enjoy the scenery of Dan Shui River. There are also party services, where you can book the whole boat. The improvements increased the harbor's value to tourism. Its functions as a fishery have also been preserved. As the harbor is always bustling with people, its development and diversity continue to flourish.
See you next time!